France is finally getting its first Tier 7 MBT. Let's take a look. So this is the Leclerc S1. This is the MBT that will be the first Tier 7 for the French in War Thunder. The Leclerc is actually still used by the French army, albeit an upgraded variant. So the S1 variant we're getting here is the first production model of the Leclerc. It is not a prototype, unlike the Ariete P, though that is a Tier 6. This, though, is a Tier 7 and is the first Tier 7 the French will be getting. So the Leclerc was designed, development really took place during the 1980s and was to replace the outdated AMX-30. Of course, in-game, that makes it seem likely this will be going after the AMX-30, so that seems to make sense. So, in terms of the pros and cons that Gaijin have listed, for pros, autoloader, advanced protection, and perfect dynamics. Now, I don't get what they mean by perfect dynamics, but advanced protection, I'm presuming that just means good armor. And autoloader, well, that's fairly simple. It has an auto-loading mechanism. Cons, small crew of only 3 people. Yeah, that's a fair con. I see that with a lot of Russian tanks. For example, the 2 crew members lined up in the turret. If you get a shot across the turret on the Russian tanks, you can generally knock them out with 1 shot quite easily, as well as the ammo placement. But, you know, so a small crew can be an issue, not the best survivability. So, let's take a look into this. So, the gun itself is not a Rheinmetall L44, as is seen in the game on many vehicles, and is in fact a purpose-designed GIAT L52. So, pretty good there. So, the longer gun not only shoots projectiles at higher velocities than the L44, but coupled with the autoloader, it can actually shoot up to 12 rounds per minute. That's pretty damn quick, I'm not going to lie, that is good. So, you know, pretty good. Definitely, in terms of reload, at least on par with some of the best in the game as of now. Looking at this vehicle, though, it's not a nice looking tank. It doesn't look nice. No, it looks cool, it looks deadly, but it doesn't look nice, I wouldn't say. But you know, some of you French players might disagree with me on that, but that's just my opinion. The reason for the 3-man crew is that the auto-loading system does replace a loader, so you do not need a loader in this vehicle. In terms of the weight, it weighs 54.6 tons, so most of the time, as they've said, NATO MBTs usually sit around the 60-ton mark, so this is roughly in that ballpark. It's fairly standard there. In terms of protection, 600 to 700 mil of protection against kinetic, and 1,200 millimeters against chemical at the strongest point. So I would presume that would be like the front of the turret, maybe some bits on the front of the chassis, although I am sure there will be some major weak spots. So, you know, as they said, the Leclerc S1 will not be a slacker on the battlefield either, and it has a 1,500 horsepower engine, giving this vehicle a very good power to weight ratio of 27 horsepower to each ton. So this vehicle can reach a top speed of 71 kph on paved roads, as well as 38 kph in reverse. Yes, high reverse speed, that would make sense for a French MBT, wouldn't it? So they finish off by saying that overall the Leclerc S1 offers its aspiring commanders good firepower, good mobility, and decent protection. So, you know, I think this will be on par with some of the top MBTs in the game at the moment. Definitely an interesting addition. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I think it is nice that the French are getting the Leclerc. It was sort of hinted at last update with the devlogs. The mods were sort of hinting at it, and then eventually they were just like, no, it's not coming. But this update they were hinting again, and here it actually is. Now, funnily enough, on the forums earlier, about an hour ago before this devlog came out, a mod was hinting at this, and someone was like, will there be a devlog on a Sunday? And he was just like, more than one. And this devlog's very early, so do not be surprised if we get something else. Maybe a new tier 6 jet, maybe heavy cruisers, I don't know. I will make a video on that once that is released, so keep an eye out for that. But nonetheless, the Leclerc S1, obviously there will be more variants in the game in the future, but for now, this is what you Frenchies have to deal with, and I think it looks pretty good. So I will be grinding out my French tech tree for sure as we lead up to the update to try and get this thing actually grinded out rather than a test drive as soon as possible. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. Big thanks again to my Patreons. You guys really do help out. If you did enjoy, feel free to smash the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel. If you do, that would be massively appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.